Hi, my name's Keith Cooper from Northlight Images. In this short video, I'm going to have a look at some information I was sent about ink use on the Canon PRO-1000. Now this also applies to the PRO-1100. I'll discuss this at the end, any potential differences between them, but suffice to say, I don't think there are any. You may have heard that a lot of people think that the PRO-1000 and 1100, which I've been testing recently, done detailed review of, uses up a lot of ink in cleaning. And there have been all sorts of things you read on forums and the like that say, oh, you should do this, you should do that. My own testing is very limited because I only get the printer here for a while, do very varied testing. And if I'm going to be brutally honest, I don't have the patience to record every single detail of everything I do. However, a long-time reader of my reviews bought himself a PRO-1000 a few years ago and has recorded and documented every single print they've made with that printer. Not only that, they've also weighed the maintenance cartridge to get an idea of how much ink was being used for maintenance and how much ink was being used for actual printing. Now, the Canon accounting software will help you create spreadsheets and the likes, if you want, for how much ink has been used. In fact, I had a look at this in the review where I showed that two identical prints on different papers, different paper settings, use different amounts of ink. And I thought, well, they took a different amount of time. That's just part of the difference between settings. But I noticed that if you switched the printer off and unplugged it, and I left it for a week or so, and when I switched it back on, it used a whole lot of ink in cleaning, quite a bit of ink in cleaning. Well, that's fair enough. That's one example. And in general, I'm saying for people who ask me, leave the printer switched on. Don't switch it off at the wall. Leave it plugged in. It goes to sleep. It uses a minimal amount of electricity. And that seems to prevent it doing some cleanings. But how many cleanings does it stop and how much cleanings does it use? Now, here are, and I've opened them up here on this MacBook Pro, a couple of spreadsheets that I was kindly sent. This one here is the one that records the ink usage for every single print job that the printer has done. Now, mammoth effort in actually getting this done. And that's got all the amounts of ink, it's got the papers, the sizes and things. You can get this information to some extent using the Canon's accounting software, but you need to go that extra bit further to make sure you record everything. And by weighing the maintenance cartridge, we know not only how much ink was used for printing, but how much ink was used for cleaning. So, what conclusions can we draw from this? And these are for the 1000. I'm fairly certain they're okay for the 1100 as well. But in general, and I'm going to have to look at my notes here because it is not patently obvious from just looking at the numbers. So I'm going to have a look at some notes here. It would seem that the first print that you make after 24 hours of non-use of the printer uses about 3 milliliters, maybe a little bit more, of ink in cleaning. So it's about 3 mil of ink is used. If you then make a print, some ink is used for the printing as well. If you then make another print, that cleaning ink is not used. If you wait 24 hours and make that other print, that extra 3 mil of ink will be added onto it. So this means in terms of usage, now I've suggested that the printer needs regular use. If you've got, say, 7 prints to print in the course of a week or so, and you print them, for sake of argument, just over 24 hours apart, so you print these prints, every one of those prints will use an additional 3 milliliters of ink. So 10 prints, that's 30 milliliters of ink. So what's that? 60% of an ink cartridge. That's in 10 prints, but each spaced over a day apart. That means that if you've got those 7 prints to do, it'd be far better to wait until the weekend and print all those prints off in one go, because you would then use one bit of cleaning ink and the other prints, well, you'd be using the ink that's required for the prints. And so the amount of ink that used proportionally for cleaning would be vastly less. So in general, the more you use the printer, the more efficient it is and the less proportion of ink is used. Now, an interesting bit that comes from some of these figures here, and these ones here are color coded for the different ink cartridges and how, when they were put in, how long they lasted, how much cleaning was used. And it allows you to tell how much as a proportion of the ink cartridge was used for cleaning. It turns out that the more an ink is used, the higher proportion of it gets used for printing. So that means it varies the amount, because the amount of different inks varies depending on pictures, but also some inks are used quite sparingly, such as the red ink. Inks like the grey ink, typically first to go down, are used quite a lot. So for the grey ink, you may find that 90% of that ink cartridge was used for printing. For the red ink, you may find that 50–55% of that cartridge was actually used for printing. The rest was used for cleaning. So it's not a simple sort of so much of a percentage is used. Some ink cartridges are used up slower. A higher proportion of those tends to get used up as cleaning. And that's, if you're looking at the amounts of ink, if you're used to a smaller printer with very small ink cartridges, the idea of, an extra 10 mil of ink being used here and there, or 3 mil for cleaning here, actually starts to mount up when you consider that there is 50 millilitres of ink in a cartridge. And that's for that. Now, so that's, don't do your, bunch your prints up together, we'll save on cleaning inks. More printing, that percentage will go up. Those figures will vary depending on how much and how often you print. But there is one thing left, and this shows up in these figures here because these are the ink usage figures, but they also have the weights for the maintenance cartridge, and they show how much ink was used for maintenance. And they show that every 3 months roughly, the printer will do a full clean, and that uses about 50 millilitres of ink. So even if you use the print regularly, every 3 months, and if I go through through this, you can see they've been neatly highlighted in red. So there obviously wasn't much printing done there in that 6 months or there, but then we've got loads more. So there's quite a lot of printing done there. So there you have it. Even if you don't do anything much in the way of printing or anything, you will use up the equivalent of a cartridge worth of ink every 3 months in an additional heavy cleaning. So that one did surprise me. I thought that if you used the printer regularly, you wouldn't get that effect, and it was only something that happened because I switched the printer off. Obviously not. So that's the takeaway from that. There is loads more. I really do thank the person who sent this to me, because this is absolute gold dust, this information. There is so much on forums you'll read which is based on people's impressions, feelings, whatever. Even my own input on this is a little imprecise. This sort of detail you just don't get. So, kudos, hat tip to that guy who did all of this here. The differences I said I'd mention between the 1100 and the 1000. The 1100 and the 1000 use the same print head, so you'd expect the system to be similar there. The 1100 has a new ink set. Now that ink set, amongst its features, it has a wax component on it, which makes the prints a little bit more resistant to handling. The gamut has changed, some of the colours have changed. You really won't notice, most people will never notice a difference between a good 1000 print and a good 1100 print. It really doesn't make that much difference, but yeah, I've covered that in the review. But that ink is perhaps a little bit more prone to sticking And I would say, if anything, the 1100 is going to do a tad more cleaning. I don't think the 1100 will do less cleaning. It might do the same cleaning, or it might do more cleaning. Not a great deal, probably, but there you have it. That's some useful information. I've done this short video to sort of pass that on. Hopefully it will help people, but just remember, if you want a printer, if you want a big printer, expect to pay for using a big printer. They're all like this in different degrees. Now, I have even on this P5000 here, I have to do heavier duty cleans every so often, but I do have a choice in the matter of when to do it. The Canon seems to do this for itself. So is that good? Is that bad? It's up to you to decide. But I'll just add that there, some useful information. So hopefully that's been of use. If you've got any questions, please do ask. Please don't ask me for more precise details of this, because this is just, sheets full of numbers. They do mean things. And as I say, the guy who sent them to me said, if I'd got any specific questions and he was able to extract information from me, he'd let me know. But, I thank him just for doing that in the first place. So there you go, Pro 1100 or 1000. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.